And we are live. So, and there's my share stream button. I want to open that in a tab. Excellent. Well, if you are out there, welcome to tonight's trivia night. Just popping myself a little window so I can see what's going on. And very good. So if you're here, welcome. Oh no, it's not working. Let me get that so I can widen that out and get the chat. There should be an ability for me to see some chat here somewhere. Where's the chat? Show chat. That's what we want. Excellent. So here we are. We are live on Facebook and YouTube. So welcome to the movie trivia for New Year's Eve. A little bit of fun, just something to have a little bit of fun with as we head towards the end of the new year. So we're just going to wait a couple of minutes just to let people roll in. If you're here and you're watching, pop a comment in the chat for me so that I can see that you're here. And we'll go through a little bit of housekeeping stuff very soon. Let me know if that background music is also annoying, because I will take that off if it is. I'll drop the volume a little bit there. We'll see how that goes. And so just gearing up towards the end of the year, and I was pretty keen to just have a little bit of fun. And so I thought, you know what, a good movie trivia night would be great. Zach is here. Hey, Zach, good to have you here. Excellent. On Facebook, watching over on Facebook. Excellent. So first thing I'll make sure that you know about is that you need to have the Google form. Excellent. Linip Chrissy, good to have you here on YouTube. Thanks for popping through. So if you have not got the link, so I've popped a link in the YouTube chat here, and I've popped it on the Facebook page. There is a link for a Google form to be able to submit your answers, because the plan is we're going to get the answers submitted into the Google form, and then I'll collate that at the end. And if it's not a huge amount of audience tonight, I might be able to do it tonight and pop that winner out. But if not, I'll pop a video out tomorrow and do the live stream tomorrow sometime on New Year's Day to announce the winner, and we'll just do the questions tonight. So if you don't have that link, then you can get it from my website, which is smallcrownproductions.com.au. And on the front page of the website there, I have dropped a link for you to be able to get access to that Google form. So pop yourself over on there. Let's see if I can get that over on the screen there. So this is what you'll see. I can show that on the stream there. So that's the website there. So you'll see, if you just scroll down, big box here at the top, I've dropped on there for the movie trivia. And we've got a YouTube link, which will bring you to the YouTube stream here so you can see it. And this Google form will take you to the Google form for you to be able to submit your answers. And that Google form looks like, let me find it. Looks like that. So the first page is just some basic information for your name, your email. Do you want to join the Small Crown Productions email list if you're here? Oh, hey, Karen and the team. Excellent. Maddie, Emily, Paul, Karen, good to have you here on YouTube. So we've got a competition now. We've got 3 people. We've got a competition. That's awesome. So for anybody that's just joined, just explaining that you need to get access to this Google form so that you can submit your answers. So just pop a little yes in the comments there if you've got access to that form, just so I know that you are good to go. And as soon as everyone's good to go, we will start with our 50-question movie quiz tonight. Just want to make sure that you've got access to that Google form. Karen's got it. Excellent. So the reason I need your email address in there is so that I can email everybody and let you know if you won. And you'll only be emailed on the mailing list if you want to join that for future events. Yes, we have the form. Thank you, Anthony. Brilliant. And Zach. And we're just waiting for Lineup Chrissy to let us know. And we'll be able to start. So really pleased that you're popping through tonight. This shouldn't take more than an hour. I've done one of these trivias before with about 50 questions, and by the time we go through the questions and then go through the answers, we should be done within an hour. It's a bit of fun. I think everyone's going to go pretty well tonight, to be honest, because I think the questions are pretty good, pretty common. I think most people will have a pretty good run this evening. So if you don't have that form, we'll just give it another minute before we start. So if you're in the YouTube chat, there should be a comment in the YouTube chat with the link. But if not, go to smallcrownproductions.com.au and you can get a link off the front page of the website right there to the Google Forms. So just make sure that you've got that so you can submit your answers. That's if you want to be in the running for the $25 gift card that I'm giving away as a bit of a funsy prize. So that gift card will be to something called prezi.com.au, which is actually a gift card website where you can exchange that gift card for a gift card to lots and lots and lots of different stores. So you can split it up and get a little bit of money for different stores, or you can put it all into one store. And there are international, I'll just see if I can get that in focus. There are international shops as well that you can transfer it for. So if you're in the States, you are able to get a gift card or two for there as well. All right, well, I think that's probably enough time. So let's get cracking. And how's that background music? Is that annoying anyone, or are we happy to keep that live? So let's get into our movie trivia live stream. So we have got 5 categories tonight. And those 5 categories are quotes, actors and directors, flora and fauna, heroes and villains, time and place. So the first 10 questions are all quotes from movies, and you've got to match up either who said them or what movie they're from. The second batch, actors and directors, obviously the answers will be either an actor or a director. Flora and fauna means that the question or the answer is somehow linked to an animal or a plant. Heroes and villains, pretty straightforward. That'll be about either a hero or a villain or a combination thereof. And time and place will be possibly, like the years that movies were released, or locations that things happened within movies. So if everyone's ready, without any further ado, let us get into round 1, which is quotes. So question number 1. The first rule of Fight Club is you do not talk about Fight Club. And this is from which 1999 movie starring Brad Pitt and Edward Norton? Now, I know that may seem obvious, but I really wanted to start out with a really simple one so that everyone felt like they were achieving something. So, really simple question to start. The first rule of Fight Club is you do not talk about Fight Club. What movie is that from? What's the name of the film that quote is from? So, I'll give you time to just pop your answer in the Google form. That is question 1. So, put that into the answer slot for question 1. All right, question 2. In the 1975 classic horror film Jaws, Roy Scheider's character says which of the following statements? You're gonna need a bigger boat, or we're gonna need a bigger boat. So I don't know if you remember the moment. If you've seen the film, he's throwing bait in off the back of the boat and the shark pops up and he sees it for the first time. So does he say, you're going to need a bigger boat, or we're going to need a bigger boat? Now you can type the whole phrase, or you can just type A or B, and that would be fine as well. So that's question 2. Pop that into question 2. All right. Question 3. Why do we fall, sir? So that we can learn to pick ourselves up. Why do we fall, sir? So that we can learn to pick ourselves up. Which 2005 superhero film do we hear that quote? From which 2005 superhero film do we hear that quote? Why do we fall, sir? So that we can learn to pick ourselves up. What's the name of the film that quote is from? That's question 3. All right. Question 4. In which 1995 animated film is the opening line, "All right, everyone, this is a sticker. Don't anybody move. Now empty that safe"? So which 1995 animated film's opening line is, "All right, everyone, this is a sticker. Don't anybody move. Now empty that safe"? 1995 animated film. Question 4. All right. Question 5. I hope you're fast typers. In which 1991 movie did Arnold Schwarzenegger say the famous line, "Hasta la vista, baby"? Which 1991 movie did Arnold Schwarzenegger say the famous line, "Hasta la vista, baby"? All right. May not be as obvious as you think, so make sure you get the right one. Good old Arnie. Cut to the chopper. Alrighty. Question 6. In which 1996 film do we hear the main character say, "I feel the need for speed"? And even if you're a young'un like Zach or Maddie, you should know this. Iconic phrase. In which 1988 film do we hear the main character say, "I feel the need for speed"? No bonus points if you know the actor. It's too obvious. All right, question 7. Which Disney film do we hear the line, "I can't believe it, I'm losing to a rug"? In which Disney film do we hear the line, "I can't believe it, I'm losing to a rug"? I was thinking of putting a bonus question in here. Give a bonus point if you knew what the characters were doing when this quote is said. So if you do know that, what are they doing? Pop it in the chat. It won't get a bonus point, but it'll be for pride. Pop it in the chat if you know what they were doing at the time when we hear the words, "I can't believe it, I'm losing to a rug" in this Disney film. All right, question 8. Now, you wouldn't believe it if I told you, but I could run like the wind blows. Who said that quote in this Oscar-winning film from 1994? Now, you wouldn't believe it if I told you, but I could run like the wind blows. Question 8. Another famous multi-Oscar winning movie there. Now, you wouldn't believe it if I told you, but I could run like the wind blows. All right, question 9. Who wants you to show me the money? Show me the money! Who said that? What film is that from? Name of the film, not necessarily the name of the character. Who wants you to show me the money? The character's name. And question 10, the last question in section 1. Which movie gives us the famous line, "Frankly, my dear, I don't give a damn"? It's probably one for the parents more than the kids. Classic throwback there. Famous movie. Which movie gives us the famous line, "Frankly, my dear, I don't give a damn"? There we go. And that is section 1. 10 questions done already. Done and dusted. I'll give you a second just to fill in any other blanks before you hit submit and move to section 2. So I'll just let you have a moment there to kind of recap any that you think you might need to go back over. I think you'll be pretty right though. They're not hard tonight. Nice easy one to take us into 2022. Can't believe it's the end of 2021 already. Crazy. All right. Are we ready? Are we ready to go for round 2? Round 2, we are looking at actors and directors. All right. So question 11. The Disney character Aladdin was modeled after which famous Hollywood actor? The Disney character Aladdin was modeled after which famous Hollywood actor? Now, I will say tonight's answers Don't feel too much pressure to get spelling correct. As long as phonetically I can work out what you're saying, I'll be happy to give you the point. But if it does come down to, a neck and neck duel, then spelling might count to get you over the line, over and above somebody else. But don't stress out too much if you're not exactly sure how some of the answers are spelt. But which Disney character? Sorry, the Disney character Aladdin was modelled after which famous Hollywood actor? If you can think about that jawline that Aladdin has, I think you might get it. All right, question 12. Martin Freeman plays which Baggins in the 2014 film The Hobbit? There's a few Bagginses from the Shire. Well, Martin Freeman plays which Baggins in the 2014 film The Hobbit? Which one? Of course, another great series of films. To be honest, I have still not seen all of the Hobbit films. I need to go back and actually get my head around watching those. I've seen the 3 Lord of the Rings films, but not seen the 3 Hobbit films. So I must go back and do that. Martin Freeman plays which Baggins in the 2014 film The Hobbit? All right, that's question 12. So make sure that you have hit submit in your form to go to section 2. You should now be on question 12. We're heading into question 13. Question 13, who played Elliot's sister Gertie in the 1984 sci-fi film E.T. the Extraterrestrial? So who played Gertie in E.T.? Young, tiny Gertie. Amazing breakout film. Who played Elliot's sister Gertie in the 1984 sci-fi film E.T. the Extraterrestrial? I suspect that most people will know that one as well. It's a pretty easy run tonight. Didn't want to make it too hard. All right, that's question 13. Question 14. This British actor took over the role of Scotty in the revamped Star Trek films. This British actor took over the role of Scotty in the revamped Star Trek films. So all those new reboots. And he's actually written 1 or 2 of them as well. He's quite a talented, multi-skilled artist, actor, producer, writer. Don't know if he's directed. I suspect he would have. But this British actor took over the role of Scotty in the revamped Star Trek films. That's question 14. And we now hit question 15 and we're halfway through section 2. Question 15. Split, Signs and Unbreakable are all directed by this Indian-born director. Split, Signs and Unbreakable are all directed by this Indian-born director. Some incredible films by this director. I think he's done some amazing work. But like all of us as artists, there's a couple I'm like, not so sure about that one. But Split, Signs and Unbreakable are all directed by this Indian-born director. And again, as I said before, don't stress too much if you're not quite sure of the spelling. As long as I can get a good sense that you're on the right track, I'll be happy to give it to you. All right, question 16. Which director had 40 squirrels trained to crack nuts? Have to have a think about what that movie might be as well. So which director had 40 squirrels trained to crack nuts? Do you know the film? Do you know the director? Wasn't as good as the original, in my opinion. But this director had 40 squirrels trained to crack nuts. Do you know who that was? All right. Question 17. Gal Gadot, Wonder Woman. Gal Gadot's first movie appearance was in this action franchise. So what movie did Gal Gadot first appear in? She did a few TV appearances before this film, but this was her first official movie, particularly in America. So which movie appearance? Gal Gadot's first movie appearance was in this action franchise. Now, you can give me the name of the franchise. If you gave me the name of the film, that would be fine as well. But this action franchise, which has hit some kind of ridiculously large astronomical number of films now, it's just getting huge. It's going to start rivaling another sort of film franchise. All right, question 17. Gal Gadot's first movie appearance was in this action franchise. Do you know which one that was? Probably a surprise to a lot of people. It was a surprise to me. I did not realise that this was her first movie appearance. All right, moving on. Question 18. Which actor is supposedly linked to every other actor by no more than 6 degrees? So for those of you that aren't familiar with this, there's 6 degrees of this actor. And apparently if you follow the connection points of actors to their movies, you should be able to get from any actor in Hollywood to this actor in no more than 6 steps. So which actor is supposedly linked to every other actor by no more than 6 degrees? A little bit of trivia for you. Originally, he was quite annoyed at the whole concept, but then started a not-for-profit and called it 6 Degrees based on this whole thing that has just taken the world by storm around him. So which actor is supposedly linked to every other actor by no more than 6 degrees? All right, that's question 18. Question 19, here we go. 2 to go in this category. Which famous Hollywood director is a link between these 3 films? The Blues Brothers, AI, Artificial Intelligence, and Cowboys and Aliens. Which famous Hollywood director is a link between these films? Blues Brothers, AI, Artificial Intelligence, Cowboys and Aliens. That's not necessarily a link of that director directing all those films, but they are definitely connected to all 3 of those films in a very concrete way, and they are the link between them all, or a link. I suspect there's probably more than one. Which famous Hollywood director is a link between Blues Brothers, AI, Artificial Intelligence, and Cowboys and Aliens? 2 of those films I really, really like. One of them was okay, in my opinion. I probably need to go back and watch it again. It was a bit long. Good old Artificial Intelligence. Anyway, question 19. Which famous Hollywood director is a link between these 3 films? Blues Brothers, Artificial Intelligence, Cowboys and Aliens. And the final question in this category. Robbie, Maggie, Daniel, Rupert, Emma and Alan are the first names of actors from which book and film franchise? Robbie, Maggie, Daniel, Rupert, Emma and Alan are the first names of actors from which book and film franchise? And again, I suspect that will be a pretty easy one for you. So that is our 20th question. We have hit the end of section 2. I'll give you a second just to kind of wrap up any last minute thoughts that you had around some of those answers. Make sure you hit the submit button at the bottom of that form so that you can go to the next page. It'll be, next, is it? Next form, the next button to go down to the next page. That'll take you into section 3. So that's the website, not the answers. Where are we? Looking at the wrong one. Where'd it go? I've lost it. There it is. No, let's drop that. Let's drop that. There it is. There it is. It's back. All right, let's move on to round 3. Round 3, we are into flora and fauna. So all 10 questions have some connection to either a plant or an animal. So let's move into this one. So make sure you hit next and you're in in category 3, and we are on question 21. The modern classic film Jumanji was reimagined in 2017 with 4 teenagers trying to escape a video game in what? Jumanji, welcome to where? Where was this set? Jumanji, welcome to where? The classic, modern classic film Jumanji was reimagined in 2017 with 4 teenagers trying to escape a video game in Jumanji, welcome to somewhere. Where is that place? No Googling. All right, question 22. Which fictitious element is in Black Panther's suit and Captain America's shield? Which fictitious element is in Black Panther's suit and Captain America's shield? Supposedly the toughest element on Earth. Which fictitious element is in Black Panther's suit and Captain America's shield? Don't get it confused with... Oh, what was that film? I can't remember. Some movie that had something called unobtainium. What was that? Oh, Avatar. Don't get it confused with Avatar's unobtainium, which is hard to get. Which fictitious element is in Black Panther's suit and Captain America's shield? That is question 22. We are moving on. Question 23. What insect provided the DNA from which dinosaurs were made in 1993's Jurassic Park? So the DNA for the dinosaurs was found in an insect. What was that insect? What type of insect was it? So what insect provided the DNA from which dinosaurs were made in 1993's Jurassic Park? Pop that into your spot for question 23. What insect provided the DNA that led to world destruction? All right, moving on. Question 24. Serenity is a continuation of which short-lived TV series? Serenity is a continuation of which short-lived TV series? And I hear too soon. It's too soon. Still hurts. It still hurts. Serenity is a continuation of which short-lived TV series? And that is question 24. And all of a sudden, we are halfway through category 3. Here we go. Question 25. Which film sees a TV weatherman live the same day over and over again? Which film sees a TV weatherman live the same day over and over again? To the point where now it's become a catchphrase when you're feeling like you're in that repetitive kind of life. When you have to do something over and over and over again, people actually use this now as a verb, which is amazing. It's amazing the impact that something like a film can have on our own culture. Question 25. Which film sees a TV weatherman live the same day over and over again? Don't forget, we're in the flora and fauna category, so it's either connected to a plant or an animal. That is question 25. Let us move on to question 26. Jodie Foster plays Detective Clarice Starling in this 1991 thriller. Not a film for the kids, let's be honest. Barely a film for me. It was a bit full on, but another Academy Award-winning film. Jodie Foster plays Detective Clarice Starling in this 1991 thriller. Do you know the name? Again, connected to a plant or an animal in its title. Jodie Foster plays Detective Clarice Starling in this 1991 thriller. No, I'm not going to tell you. Not yet, anyway. All right, question 27. The Land Before Time focuses on which type of animal? The Land Before Time focuses on which type of animal? The title may give it away just a little bit. The Land Before Time focuses on which type of animal? Very good. 27. Question 27. The Land Before Time focuses on which type of animal? Let's move on. Question 28. James Corden, actor, singer, late-night TV host, provides the voice for which animated character famous for his clothes? James Corden provides the voice for which animated character famous for his clothes? And they've just recently released a sequel to that film. James Corden provides the voice for which animated character famous for his clothes? That is question 28. And we are going to move on to question 29. The 2005 horror movie set in Outback Australia, had to have an Aussie film in there somewhere, is called what creek? 2005 horror movie set in Outback Australia is called what creek? Something creek. This creek. What is it? 2005 horror movie set in Outback Australia is called what creek? Which creek is it? Where is it set? Very good. Question 29. Let's move on to the final question in the flora and fauna category. Question 30. Matthew McConaughey, Reese Witherspoon, Seth MacFarlane, Scarlett Johansson, Taron Egerton play a gorilla, a hedgehog, a mouse, a pig, and a koala in this 2016 animated film. I actually really loved this film. I thought this was such a fun little film. Matthew McConaughey, Reese Witherspoon, Seth MacFarlane, Scarlett Johansson, Taron Egerton play a gorilla, a hedgehog, a mouse, a pig, and a koala in this 2016 animated film. And not necessarily in that order. Do you know the film? It's a fun musical. I really liked it. Oh, maybe that was too much of a hint. Oh well, you probably know it anyway. I hope you know it. It's a fun film. If you haven't seen it, when you find out the answer, go and watch it. It's a good fun film. And there's a sequel for it coming out soon too. Excellent. All right, I'll just give you a minute to wrap up those questions. The next 10 questions there. Question 21 to 30 in the flora and fauna category. And we shall move on to category 4. And here we go. All right, let's move on. Category 4. Heroes and villains. Question 31. Naming himself after the dog and with a real name of Henry, this hero likes to thwart the workings of Nazis. Naming himself after their dog and with a real name of Henry, this hero likes to thwart the workings of Nazis. Let's face it, who doesn't like to thwart the workings of Nazis? It's a good thing if you can do it. But this person is particularly good at it, but he named himself after the family dog. Naming himself after their dog and with a real name of Henry, this hero likes to thwart the workings of Nazis. Do you know this character's name? That is question 31. All right, let's move on. Question 32. Which character is the most portrayed horror villain in motion picture history? Probably a pretty obvious one. Which character is the most portrayed horror villain in motion picture history? There's no hints. No hints for this one. None at all. That is question 32. Which character is the most portrayed horror villain in motion picture history? Make sure that goes into your question 32 answer spot. And let us move on to question 33. In Guardians of the Galaxy, what name does Peter Quill want to be known as? Gets very upset when people don't call him this. In Guardians of the Galaxy, what name does Peter Quill want to be known as? He's got this epic bad guy name. He wants people to call him that. And they don't. So in Guardians of the Galaxy, what name does Peter Quill want to be known as? That is question 33. And we are moving on to question 34. In The Matrix, who refers to Neo as Mr. Anderson? In The Matrix, who refers to Neo as Mr. Anderson? This is one of my favorite all-time films. Favorite adult, like for me, like as an adult, it's one of my favorite films. My favorite kind of movie of all time, childhood memory movie is Back to the Future. But this film for me, so impactful on modern cinema in the way that it took Eastern filmmaking philosophy and applied it to Western filmmaking in the wire work that they did, and then the whole new range of things that they brought, like bullet time to the cameras and all that sort of stuff. So great film. In The Matrix, who refers to Neo as Mr. Anderson? Question 34. Let's move on to question 35. And what we will say is just make sure that one is the proper title. So the person's title has to be right as well. Question 35. Robert Rodriguez wrote and directed which series of films making two children the heroes? I love these films. And I love Robert Rodriguez. He's a great director. He's a great writer. Robert Rodriguez wrote and directed which series of films making two children the heroes? And he wrote these films because he wanted something that his kids could enjoy watching. So that's why he created these films. Robert Rodriguez wrote and directed which series of films making two children the heroes? That is question 35. Let's move on to question 36. Which dark villain is referred to by almost everyone as you-know-who? Which dark villain is referred to by almost everyone as you-know-who? Almost like She Who Must Not Be Named, but not quite the same. Question 36. Which dark villain is referred to by almost everyone as You Know Who? And I will be happy to take... No, it must be his dark villain name, not the name that his parents gave him. Let's go with that. So, let's go with that. Question 36. Which dark villain is referred to by almost everyone as You Know Who? And let us move on to question 37. Which suave hero started his journey in books before hitting the big screen in 1962 and has now been played by 6 different actors? Which suave superhero started his journey in books before hitting the big screen in 1962 and has now been played by 6 different actors? Again, not hard tonight. Bit of fun for New Year's Eve. Hope you had a great Christmas too. All right, let us move on to question 38. This character was the evil uncle in Disney's Lion King and plots to kill Simba, the heir to the throne of the Pride Lands. So who was Simba's uncle? This character was the evil uncle in Disney's Lion King and plots to kill Simba, the heir to the throne of the Pride Lands. And I can never remember this guy's name. Hopefully you can. Hopefully you can. This character was the evil uncle in Disney's Lion King and plots to kill Simba, the heir to the throne of the Pride Lands. Let me know how you're going. Give me a thumbs up or a like in the chat, something like that, just to let me know you're tracking okay. You're still there, still alive, still kicking. Question 38. This character was the evil uncle in Disney's Lion King and plots to kill Simba, the heir to the throne of the Pride Lands. That is question 38. Let us move on to question 39 in Heroes and Villains. The letters MCU represent some of the most famous heroes of the modern film era. What do these letters stand for? The letters MCU represent some of the most famous heroes of the modern film era. What do these letters stand for? Do you know what MCU stands for? Anyone into pop culture will know that. The letters MCU represent some of the most famous heroes of the modern film era. What do these letters stand for? That is question 39. And let us get to the last question in this category. We're almost at the end already. It's gone so quick. Question 40. Sir Ian McKellen plays both a hero and a villain in 2 separate blockbuster movie franchises. Name the hero, the villain, and both franchises. So he plays a hero in one film franchise and a villain in another film franchise. Name the hero and its franchise and the villain and its franchise. And that one might take you a couple of minutes to write. So you got 2 character names and 2 franchise names. That's what we're looking for. So name the hero, the villain, and both franchises for Ian McKellen, who has played both a hero and a villain in 2 separate blockbuster movie franchises. Give me another couple of seconds for that one. It's quite a bit to write in that one. So Ian McKellen has played both a hero and a villain in 2 separate blockbuster movie franchises. Name the hero and its franchise, and the villain and its franchise. That is question 40, and that brings us to the end of that category. So we've got 1 category left. We're almost at the end already. It's gone super quick. All right, so let's get straight into it. Round 5, our final round, time and place. So all of these questions are to do with a time and a place, obviously. I probably didn't even need to say that. All right, time and place. Let's go with question 41. Home of the Ewoks in the Star Wars saga is which moon? Andor, Endor, Indoor, or Outdoor? Home of the Ewoks in the Star Wars saga is which moon? Andor, Endor, Indoor, or Outdoor? Andor, Endor, Indoor, Outdoor. Where do the Ewoks live in the Star Wars saga? That is question 41. Type the name of the place in question 41's spot. Make sure, of course, that you hit next so that you got into that category. Very good. Question 42. Where is Miguel temporarily trapped in the 2018 animated film Coco? So where is Miguel temporarily trapped in the 2018 movie Coco? I actually really enjoyed this film. I didn't expect to. Wasn't sure about it. But yeah, when I finally saw it, I thought it was actually really good. Great storyline, really well written, heartwarming. Loved it. Really good film. Where is Miguel temporarily trapped in the 2018 movie Coco? That is question 42. Let us move on to question 43. In which city was classic comic actor, filmmaker, and composer Charlie Chaplin born? So this is a real city somewhere in the world. In which city was classic comic actor, filmmaker, and composer Charlie Chaplin born? One of the great physical actors of his day. Buster Keaton, Charlie Chaplin, some of the greats. So where was Charlie Chaplin born? Which city was he born in? That is question 43. Moving on to 44, we have, in the Disney movie John Carter, which planet does Carter travel to? You've got 9 to choose from. In the Disney movie John Carter, which planet does Carter travel to? Haven't seen this one, actually. Haven't seen the original either. But apparently, from all accounts, not a bad storyline. In which Disney movie, in the Disney movie John Carter, which planet does Carter travel to? That is question 44. It's going to be one of the planets. And that is time to move on to question 45. In what year did Star Wars first open in movie theaters? Was it 1975, 1976, 1977, or 1978? In which year did Star Wars first open in movie theaters? 1975, 1976, 1977, or 1978? 4 options to choose from. I was born in one of those years. Sadly, I'm almost as old, the same age, or slightly older than Star Wars. Thanks, Maddie. I know you're sitting there saying older. I know you are. In what year did Star Wars first open in movie theaters? 1975, 76, 77, or 78? That is question 45. Let us move on to question 46. In the 2005 sci-fi comedy film Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy, Another Planet, which planet was destroyed to pave the way for an intergalactic bypass? It may be the same planet that John Carter went to. It might not be. In the 2005 sci-fi comedy film Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy, which planet is destroyed to pave the way for an intergalactic bypass? But Karen, I see you laughed at that, but was I right? Was I right that Maddie said I was older? Question 46. In the sci-fi comedy film Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy, which planet is destroyed to pave the way for an intergalactic bypass? Again, one of the 9 planets. So that narrows your field a bit. All right, that's question 46. Let's move on to question 47. We're almost at the end. What years? Of course. Had to be a Back to the Future question. There will always be a Back to the Future question if I'm doing a movie trivia night. What years does Marty McFly travel to in the 3 Back to the Future films, not including 1985 or 1985A? So, what are the 3 years that Marty McFly travels to across the 3 films? So he travels to a different year in each film, 1 year from each film. So what are those 3 years? Do you know them? I love these films. This is my favorite. So, what year does Marty McFly travel to in the 3 Back to the Future films, not including 1985 or 1985A? I'll give you a second to think about those. Probably a bit of deliberation happening on that. Anybody who is slightly familiar may get 1 or 2. you might not be completely sure. What years does Marty McFly travel to in the 3 Back to the Future films? It's a different year in each film. Alrighty, that is question 47. Let us move on to question 48. Beginning with a vowel, what is the name of the virtual reality world in the 2018 film Ready Player One? Beginning with a vowel, what is the name of the virtual reality world in the 2018 film Ready Player One? Really like this film. Actually really like this film. I thought it was just really well constructed. I loved all of the modern pop culture references across all sorts of different comics and games and everything. I thought it was really, really clever, really well done. So question 48, that has no bearing, of course, on the answer, but I really enjoyed it. Question 48, beginning with a vowel, what is the name of the virtual reality world in the 2018 film Ready Player One? Okay. Let's move on. Question 49. Who is sent back in time to protect Sarah Connor in the 1984 film The Terminator? This is always one that gets people, I think, because everybody can sort of picture the guy, but can they remember his name, the character's name? Who is sent back in time to protect Sarah Connor in the 1984 film The Terminator? So this is more one for the parents. Back in my generation. Who was sent back in time to protect Sarah Connor in the 1984 film The Terminator? John Connor's friend from the future. His lieutenant. He's sent back in time to protect Sarah Connor in the 1984 film The Terminator. What is his name? And that is question 49, and we have arrived at the very last question. Here is our final question. Question 50, and I suspect this will probably be more one for the parents as well. But in the 1993 film Sleepless in Seattle, had to put a rom-com in. It's only fair. Lots of action films tonight, actually, now that I think about it. Lots of sci-fi. There should be a rom-com. In the 1993 film Sleepless in Seattle, where do the two main characters meet on Valentine's Day? Whereabouts do they meet on Valentine's Day? And to give you a little hint, it was the same location as a different film made, I think, in the 50s, maybe? But the whole concept was inspired by another film. So, in the 1993 film Sleepless in Seattle, where do the two main characters meet on Valentine's Day? That is your final question for tonight's movie trivia. Well done if you got your way through that. So, once you've put your answer in, make sure you hit submit at the end of the form so that I can jump in and download all of your answers. So I'll just leave it for a minute. I'm going to give you a minute. I think I've got 1 minute break in here. Yep, so I'm going to give you a minute to be able to just finalize that. Make sure you hit submit so that it will put your final answers into the form. And then what I'm going to be able to do is download that form before we go through the answers. And I will have your answers here. And then we'll see how we go. Hopefully we'll have time. Given it's now 10 to 7 my time, we might not get through the winner tonight. I'll have to go through and calculate that, but that's all right. What I'll do is I'll jump on sometime tomorrow and do a live stream and announce the winner, because the winner will be actually done through a random draw. So I won't be choosing the winner. And if there's multiple people, let me rephrase that. If there's multiple people that have got all the answers correct, all of the people will go into a random draw, and there's a little random generator that I found online that will select the winner for us. If there is nobody with all of the correct answers, or only one person, well, that person will win the $25 gift card to Prezi. So I'll just give you another couple of seconds just to finalize your answers, submit your answers there, and see how we go. If I can scroll through, can I tell if everybody's finished? Oh, we got a lot of the same answers. Yep. Oh, it looks like people have done pretty well. Oh, okay. Oh, there's a few. Oh, yeah. Few. Oh, yep. Okay, interesting. We got 6 answers at the bottom. Great. Excellent. All right, that is it. Great. I am going to work out how I download these results. Let me do that so that I can get that. There we go. Download results. Excellent. All right. That's all the responses. Make sure that's got all 50 questions answered in it. Well, people look like they've done pretty well. I'm not seeing a lot of difference in the answers here. I think we're going to have a bit of a tie. There's a few there that I'm not quite sure. Excellent. All right. Great. So everyone's answers are in. Excellent. Let me click the right button again. Oh, so many buttons. Hang on. I find I've lost my stream. Where do we go? Where are we? Wrong tab. There we go. We're back again. Oh, hide that one. That was everyone's answers. All right, let's not have that. All right, let's go. There it is. All right, let's go through these answers. We'll burn through this pretty quick, and then we'll have a look and see. And I'll do a live stream tomorrow at, I don't know. I'll let you know at what time it'll be on. I'll make sure you get a couple of hours. I did a question about your favourite actor, Sir Ian McKellen. He is amazing. He is so good. He is so good. All right, let's go through our answers. We're going to go back through quotes. All right. The first rule of Fight Club is you do not talk about Fight Club. What film is that from? Funnily enough, Fight Club. I suspect most people will have got that right. Question 2. In the 1975 horror film Jaws, Roy Scheider's character says, which of the following statements: you're going to need a bigger boat, or we're going to need a bigger boat? He says, you're going to need a bigger boat. He backs up from the back of the deck into the cabin, looks at the captain of the boat, says, you're going to need a bigger boat. All right, question 3. Why do we fall, sir? So that we can learn to pick ourselves up. Is from which 2005 superhero film? Batman Begins. Important that we get both of those words. It's not just Batman. Batman Begins is the name of the film. And that was another great British actor, Michael Caine. My name's Michael Caine. Question 4. In which 1995 animated film is the opening line, all right, everyone, this is a stick-up. Don't anybody move. Now empty that safe. It is, of course, the classic Pixar film, Toy Story. That's that one. Oh, okay. There's a couple of double-ups tonight. Interesting. I hadn't really picked up on that. In which 1991 movie did Arnold Schwarzenegger say the famous line, hasta la vista, baby? You'll know. I think you do. Terminator 2, Judgment Day. Now, I will accept just Terminator 2, but it is important that it is Terminator 2, not just Terminator. So if you've just written Terminator in your answers, you will be incorrect. Terminator was released in 1984, I think, or 84, and Terminator 2 was released in 1991. Question 6, in which film do we hear the main character say, I feel the need for speed? There's a sequel almost out as well for this, and that, of course, is Top Gun. Classic 80s film, beach volleyball. Why that scene is even in the film, who knows? Weird. Anyway, Top Gun. Question 7, which Disney film do we hear the line, I can't believe it, I'm losing to a rug? That is, of course, Aladdin, and I think most people had that right when I flashed through the answers just there. And of course, quickly in the chat, if you know, do you know what Aladdin and the carpet, the rug, are doing when when the genie says that phrase? So it's the genie who says that line, I can't believe I'm losing to a rug. What are the genie and the rug doing at that time? I'll give you a couple of seconds. If anyone knows, throw it in the chat. No answer yet. You are on a 5-second delay though, I think. So I'll see if that pops up soon. All right, question 8. Now, you wouldn't believe it if I told you, but I could run like the wind blows. Is said by whom in this Oscar-winning film from 1994? Now, you wouldn't believe it if I told you, but I could run like the wind blows. Forrest Gump. Yes, chess, correct. Well done, Chantel. Chess it is. Question 9. Who wants you to show me the money? Well, that's another Tom Cruise, because Tom Cruise was in Top Gun. He's appearing a bit there tonight. And of course it was Jerry Maguire. Great film. Great film. Not for the kiddies. Great film. Question 10. Which movie gives us the famous line, "Frankly, my dear, I don't give a damn"? I wonder if anybody said Casablanca, but it's not. This is, of course, Gone with the Wind. Rhett standing at the door. I can't remember her name, the character's name. It's like, "Oh, Rhett, don't leave me. Don't leave me, Rhett." Gone with the Wind. All right, we're into round 2, category 2, actors and directors. The Disney character Aladdin was modelled on which famous Hollywood actor? Well, we've said him twice already tonight. Tom Cruise. Tom Cruise. That jawline. That Tom Cruise jawline that Aladdin has. Tom Cruise is one of your favourite actors. Excellent. He's pretty good. Scarlett O'Hara. Thank you. Thank you, Randall. Scarlett O'Hara. I really should go back and watch that film. It's been a very, very, very long time. Question 12. Martin Freeman plays which Baggins in the 2014 film The Hobbit? It is, of course, Bilbo Baggins, who himself is not impartial to a second breakfast. Bilbo Baggins. Who played Elliot's sister Gertie in the 1984 sci-fi film E.T. the Extraterrestrial? And I saw everyone I think got this right. Drew Barrymore. Amazing actress, producer, director, writer. She's incredible. Incredible. Drew Barrymore. Question 14. The British actor. This British actor took over the role of Scotty in the revamped Star Trek films, and it was, of course, Simon Pegg. Might not be one that everybody knows, but great actor. Amazing actor. Question 15. Split, Signs, and Unbreakable are all directed by this Indian-born director. I think then moved to San Francisco, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, but basically lives and works in America. And that is, of course, M. Night Shyamalan. M. Night Shyamalan. I'm not sure if that's the exact pronunciation, but it's as close as I'm going to get tonight. Which director had 40 squirrels trained to crack nuts? Of course, this was for Charlie and the Chocolate Factory, and that director was Tim Burton. He actually had 40 squirrels trained to crack nuts. Insane. Amazing what you can do with a bit of money when you're making a movie. I wish. Alright, Gal Gadot's first movie appearance was in this action franchise. This was a surprise to me, so I'm not sure if everyone's going to get this one. But it was not the DC universe. It was not the superhero films. It was actually the Fast and the Furious. So she actually appears in the Fast and the Furious, the very first movie of the Fast and Furious franchise. So you could give me the film name, you could give me the franchise name. They're all basically the same. You could call it Fast, maybe. I think there is one of them called Fast, but Fast and the Furious was the film, and it's the Fast and the Furious franchise. I think people do refer to it as the Fast franchise. So if you have that, I'll probably accept it as well. Question 18. Which actor is supposedly linked to every other actor by no more than 6 degrees? And that, of course, is the 6 degrees of Kevin Bacon. Love this guy. So good. And yeah, he started a foundation called 6 Degrees as a not-for-profit a number of years ago. And he's actually got a TED Talk where he talks about it as well. So it's a fascinating chat. So definitely, if you're interested, go and have a look at that. Question 19. Which Hollywood director is a link between these films? The Blues Brothers, AI Artificial Intelligence, and Cowboys and Aliens, sorry. Lord of the Rings is your favorite movie trilogy. Back to the Future is my favorite movie trilogy. And that, of course, this director is Steven Spielberg, because he appears in Blues Brothers. He finished the direction of AI Artificial Intelligence after Stanley Kubrick passed away. It was a Stanley Kubrick film that he was making, and he passed away, and Steven Spielberg took it over and finished the direction of that film. And he was the executive producer for Cowboys and Aliens, or one of the executive producers for Cowboys and Aliens. So Steven Spielberg for question 19. Robbie, Maggie, Daniel, Rupert, Emma, and Alan are the first names of actors from which book and film franchise? Well, that, of course, is Robbie Coltrane, Maggie Smith, Daniel Radcliffe, Rupert Grint, Emma Watson, and Alan Mind blank. Severus Snape. What's his name? Alan Rickman. Alan Rickman. Oh, my mind went blank for a second. In Harry Potter, the Harry Potter films. So Harry Potter was the answer there. All right, round 3. Flora and fauna. The modern classic film Jumanji was reimagined in 2017 with 4 teenagers trying to escape a video game in Jumanji. Welcome to... Thank you, Randall Rickman. I should watch the chat more. I'll keep my eye on that. And of course, this was The Jungle. Welcome to the Jungle. And actually one of the best reboots of a film I think we've seen in any time recently. It's always hard when they try and reboot a film, but I think they did a fantastic job on the reboot for that film. Great job. Which fictitious element is in Black Panther's suit and Captain America's shield? It is not unobtainium. It is, of course, vibranium, the hardest substance known to man in the MCU. What insect provided DNA from which dinosaurs? What insect provided the DNA from which dinosaurs were made in 1993's Jurassic Park? And that annoying one that we get a lot around this time of year when water hits the ground and it starts to rise. The mosquito. The mosquito was the insect. Question 24. Too soon. Serenity is a continuation of which short-lived TV series? Amazing TV series. Firefly. Incredible TV series. Loved it so much. And Serenity was a great way to finish. I have to tip my hat to the team that put those films together. Question 25. Which film sees a TV weatherman live the same day over and over and over again? And that, of course, is Bill Murray in Groundhog Day. And does a whole bunch of stuff. Love Firefly. Yes. Yes. Leaf on the Wind. Okay. Jodie Foster plays Detective Clarice Starling in this 1991 thriller. And that thriller is, of course, Silence of the Lambs. Silence of the Lambs. Not one for the kids. And like I said before, not sure it was really one for me. The Land Before Time focuses on which type of animal? Wow, this is generally a favourite for most kids in the world. Good old dinosaurs. Animated film. Really quite a lovely little film. James Corden provides the voice for which animated character famous for his clothes? That, of course, is the Rabbit. Good old Peter Rabbit. They've just got a sequel recently for that as well. Haven't seen them. I have to go and watch them. I've heard they're pretty good. Then question 29. The 2005 horror movie set in Australian outback is called Wolf Creek. Wolf Creek is the outback Australian location for that horror film. Not one I've seen. Not my type of film at all. No. Question 30. Matthew McConaughey, Reese Witherspoon, Seth MacFarlane, Scarlett Johansson, Taron Egerton play a gorilla, a hedgehog, a mouse, a pig, and a koala, but in that reverse order. So Matthew McConaughey is a koala, Reese Witherspoon is the pig, Seth MacFarlane is the mouse, Scarlett Johansson is the hedgehog, Taron Egerton is the gorilla in the 2016 animated film Sing. Great film. If you have not seen it, go and watch it. Fantastic film. All right, round 4. Heroes and villains. We're almost at the end. We'll get there soon. Naming himself after their dog with a real name of Henry, this hero likes to thwart the workings of Nazis, and that is, of course, otherwise known as Han Solo, Indiana Jones. Indiana Jones. Named himself after the dog, and we find that out in the 3rd film, I think. Which character is the most portrayed horror villain in motion picture history? Question 32 is, of course, Dracula. Dracula is the most what's the word? Portrayed horror villain on film. Question 33. In Guardians of the Galaxy, what name does Peter Quill want to be known as? Well, that is Star-Lord. Why you would call yourself Star-Lord, I don't know. But Star-Lord was the answer for question 33. In The Matrix, who refers to Neo as Mr. Anderson? Played by the amazing Hugo Weaving. Agent Smith. And as I said during the question, importantly, you have Agent Smith, not Mr. Smith, because they are agents, and that is their name. They're agents. It is Agent Smith. Do you hear that, Mr. Anderson? That is the sound of inevitability. That is the sound of your death. Agent Smith. Question 35. Robert Rodriguez wrote and directed which series of films making 2 Children the Heroes? And that is, of course, Spy Kids. Great film. Another great film by an amazing director, amazing filmmaker. Guys, he does everything. He composed the music for it and everything. He's just insanely talented. So insanely talented. Question 36. Which dark villain is referred to by almost everyone as you-know-who? This, of course, is the dark villain in the Harry Potter series known as Voldemort, which no one is ever allowed to speak his name until Harry turns up and went, well, I don't care about that because he's trying to kill me. It didn't sound quite like that, but that's essentially what he said. So that's pretty much it. I think that's the script, really. You can pretty much just write that down, hand it in, and make a film. Question 37. Which suave hero stared his journey? Which suave hero started his journey in books before hitting the big screen in 1962, has now been played by 6 different actors. Of course, that is Bond. James Bond. And we're due for a new one soon. There'll be a new Bond announced very soon. Has it been announced? I don't know. I don't know if it's been announced. Has his replacement been announced yet? I'm not sure. But James Bond was the answer to question 37. And you could have just James Bond. You don't have to have Bond, James Bond. That was just me having a bit of fun. Question 38. This character was the evil uncle in Disney's Lion King and plots to kill Simba, the heir to the throne of the Pride Lands. And that is, of course, Scar. Scar was the evil uncle. I can never, ever, ever remember that guy's name. Never remember it. No announcement yet. Good to know. Good to know. I'll keep my ear to the ground. And you know what I've just worked out? I've just realised that I can show these comments on screen. How cool is that? I'm just playing with it. This is a new live streaming app that I've not used before. So there you go. There you go. No announcement yet. Thank you, Randall. Love it. And I'm going to hide that on the stream. Yeah, there you go. Anyway, question 38. Question 39. Let's move on. The letters MCU represent some of the most famous heroes of the modern film era. What do these letters stand for? Well, it is, of course, the Marvel Cinematic Universe. I've seen this question asked before, and a lot of people think the M stands for movie if they're not overly familiar with the MCU. So it's the Marvel Cinematic Universe. That was the answer to question 39. And our final question in this category. Sir Ian McKellen has played both a hero and a villain in 2 separate blockbuster movie franchises. And we've got Sir Sean Connery as one of your favourite actors. That's 3 favourite actors that have come from you tonight. I think you have a lot of favourite actors, which is fine. It's totally fine. So Ian McKellen plays a hero and a villain in 2 separate blockbuster movie franchises. Name the hero, the villain, and both franchises. Those 2 are Gandalf in Lord of the Rings and Magneto in the X-Men films. So Gandalf in Lord of the Rings and Magneto in the X-Men films. Again, just such an incredible actor, so versatile. And so good, so good. Anyway, round 5, here's our last 10 questions. We're coming to the end of it, and then I'll make an announcement tomorrow on who has actually won. And time and place. Home of the Ewoks in the Star Wars saga is which moon? Endor, indoor or outdoor? That, of course, is Endor. Good old Endor. It's the planet right next to outdoor. If you're not familiar with the Star Wars universe, that's also not true. Where is Miguel temporarily trapped in the 2018 movie Coco? Where is he trapped? He gets trapped in the Land of the Dead. He's trapped in the Land of the Dead, based on Mexican folklore. An amazing film. Actually, I was so blown away by this film. I thought it was so cleverly done. That's question 42. Question 43. In which city was classic comic actor, filmmaker, and composer Charlie Chaplin born? Well, he was born in London. Good old London town. Born in London, Charlie Chaplin. One of the great cinema icons of all time. Great. All right, question 44. In the Disney movie John Carter, which planet does Carter travel to? Well, he goes to Mars. Off to Mars. And there's another planet coming up soon. So John Carter goes to Mars. In what year did Star Wars first open in movie theaters? 1975, 76, 77, or 78? 1977, which actually means that I am older than Star Wars. So I was born in 1975. There you go. I'm older than Star Wars. That's pretty old. Question 46. In the 2005 sci-fi comedy film Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy, which planet is destroyed to pave the way for an intergalactic bypass? And that is Earth. They blow up Earth. And that is what starts the story off. Not Harvey Dent. Can't remember his name now. But he gets taken off Earth by... oh man, having a complete mind blank tonight. Let's not tell that story because I've forgotten who all the characters' names are. That's horrible. He's got a hair, it's no towel. Do you know where your towel is? That is so important. So important. Make sure you know where your towel is. And of course, 42, which sadly I passed many, many years ago. Anyway, moving on. Let's not be sad about that. What years does Marty McFly travel to in the 3 Back to the Future films? Not including 1985 and not including 1985A. So long and thanks for all the fish. No worries. Great sequel. What years does Marty McFly travel to in the 3 Back to the Future films? Well, in the first film, he travels to 1955. In the second film, he travels to 2015. And in the third film, he travels to 1885. A little bit of a tidbit of knowledge there. In the third film, he almost died because they were doing a scene where he gets caught by a rope and hung up onto a clock tower and something slipped and he almost choked. So a little bit of knowledge there. But 1955, 2015, 1885, they are the 3 years that he traveled to in the 3 films. Question 48. Beginning with a vowel, what is the name of the virtual reality world in the 2018 film Ready Player One? And that is The Oasis. The Oasis was the virtual reality world where they fought it out with all of the cool comics and characters and games and so much fun in there. It was so good. Love that film. If you haven't seen it, definitely recommend it. Question 49. Who was sent back in time to protect Sarah Connor in the 1984 film The Terminator? Well, in the second film, it's the Terminator who's sent back to protect Sarah Connor and John Connor. But in the first film, it was Kyle Reese. Kyle Reese is sent back in time. And our final question. The 1993 film Sleepless in Seattle. Where do the 2 main characters meet on Valentine's Day? It's inspired by another film, which is... They reference that in the film Sleepless in Seattle. It's very, very meta. It's film inside film. And that, of course, is the top of the Empire State Building. And I saw that most people got that one right as well. So there you go. That is our 50th question. That is the answer. Thank you so much for having a bit of fun with us tonight. Thanks for joining in. Oh, let's can that one. And let's jump in there. So... An affair to remember was the original. Thank you, Randall, once again. Or whoever it is in Randall's house that knows the answer to that. It may actually not be Randall. It might be his wife. I don't know. Or one of the girls. But an affair to remember, yes. Referenced in that film. Thanks, guys. Thanks very much for playing. Do me a favor. Let me know in the chat if you enjoyed this. Just a little yes. That would be great, just so that I know that this was worth doing. And I'm really keen. I think this is, for me, it was a bit of fun. I'd love to do them again. If you're keen, I'm happy to think about doing them a little bit more often because they're a bit of fun. But thanks for watching. Thanks for participating. I will make an announcement tomorrow live on the stream at, let's say, 10 a.m. Let's go 10 a.m. tomorrow morning after you've had a bit of a sleep in from New Year's Eve. I'll jump on and do a quick live stream, and we will look at the answers, look at how everybody did, and we will randomly select the winner. Thanks, Karen. Glad you liked it. Hope you and the family had a great Christmas. And thanks, Anthony, and everyone there. Thanks. Great quiz. Excellent. Glad you enjoyed it. Well, let's leave it there. Thank you very much. Enjoy your New Year's Eve. Have a safe evening as you head into 2022. Enjoy the fireworks if you're getting to see fireworks. Thanks for the fun. I argued with the hubby over the last answer. Happy New Year. Brilliant. Excellent. Thanks, Chantel. That's awesome. Always glad to add a little spice to the world. Brilliant. All right. Well, I'll leave it there. Enjoy, and we will see you very, very soon. Happy New Year. We'll see you in 2022. Talk to you soon.